Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Had to drop another video today. Already dropped two talking about the transfer portal. Also, I put out a highlight video for the 2021 season. I encourage you guys to go back, check that out. Put a lot of work into that. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. So make sure you do check that out. But I've seen a lot of you guys talking about it. I saw it in the comment section. I saw it in the Facebook group. Dauber was actually texting myself and the Indie Kid about it. Is Hendon Hooker going to be a $1 million man? Is there an opportunity for the quarterback at Tennessee to make $1 million?
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man.
Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. But before we do, as always, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. If you want to support the channel, hit that little thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not here pretending to be something we're not. We are fans just like you. For the fans, by the fans. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications so you don't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Indie Kid and Dauber will be live tonight, 8:45 p.m. Going to be watching that Tennessee-Kentucky basketball game live on air. So join in for that watch party. The link to that will be going up here in just a few moments. But let's go ahead and jump right into this thing. A to Z Sports is written by Zach Reagan. How much Tennessee Vols starting quarterbacks will get paid via NIL deals moving forward. And again, this is a hot topic because everybody wants to talk about how Tennessee struck out in the transfer portal after the regular season ended. But is that the truth? We are going to find out what the real story is as we move through spring practice. Jason Swain's talked about it to death, says sit tight. Tennessee is going to pull some big-time names through the transfer portal. We talked about NIL being one of the top 10 programs in the country. But let's take a look at what this article says when it comes to paying the starting quarterback at the University of Tennessee. It says here, NIL rule changes over the last year have forever changed the recruiting landscape of college football. It says what once had to be done in secret, paying players, can now be done legally. You know, I like A to Z Sports. You know, they are media. They do claim to be media, but the reality is they seem like regular dudes and they call a spade a spade. We don't have to protect it. We don't have to hide it. College sports have been paying athletes forever, but now it's done legally. It says here schools can't technically pay players or facilitate payments, but it's definitely happening, and it's happening via third-party groups like Spire Sports. And again, we had James Clausen from Spire Sports Group on a few weeks ago, and he kind of said the same thing, that the schools cannot be involved. That's why they are able to do what they do. They kind of step in and facilitate this in the world of recruiting and also through the transfer portal. It says Spire specifically is making sure players who sign with the Tennessee Vols are getting paid, especially the quarterback position. Spire CEO James Clausen told The Athletic's David Ubben this week that current Tennessee quarterback Hendon Hooker has been presented a substantial NIL deal. He says Clausen then said that the quarterback at Tennessee, presumably the starting quarterback, should be making at least 7 figures a year, over $1 million going into Hendon Hooker's pocket if this deal goes through. So let's talk about a couple of different things here. First and foremost, is Hendon Hooker worth $1 million? You guys heard it here first. I have been begging and pleading for the Hendon Hooker 2022 Heisman campaign for the last 4 to 5 months. It is what it is. Ever since he announced he was coming back, I said we have to get a campaign going. I'm not sitting here pretending that Tennessee's going to win 10 or 11 games. I'm not sitting here pretending like Hendon Hooker is going to be the front runner. But as the University of Tennessee, you have to put together a campaign. You have to create some buzz, a little momentum behind your program, and that's going to bleed over into not only national exposure, but also the recruiting world. Is Hendon Hooker worth $1 million? Personally, I think he is. I think if we're going to pay college players, I think what Hendon Hooker did in 2021, you know, quarterback play goes a long way. Tennessee needs help in the secondary. They need help at linebacker. They need another receiver. They need help on the offensive line. They have needs all over the field. But if you have elite quarterback play, yes, elite quarterback play from Hendon Hooker, it wasn't just efficient. He didn't just manage the game. He brought elite level quarterback play in 2021, and that's why Tennessee got to 7 wins in the regular season. They were riding on the back of Hendon Hooker. How much is that worth? We saw the offer to Caleb Williams when he entered the transfer portal. He was offered $1 million on Twitter from Charlie Batch. It is what it is. People are just going to do it right out in the open. He was offered $1 million. How much is Hendon Hooker worth? Is he worth $1 million? The article goes on to say here, the quote from Clausen, "We feel like the quarterback at Tennessee can make as much money as anywhere in the country. If you go out and replicate the season Hendon Hooker just had, there's no reason why at the end of the day in deals we do and other companies do or national brands, the quarterback at Tennessee should not make 7 figures a year." Now, what does this mean for the University of Tennessee? Are you listening, Nico? Are you paying attention? What kind of offers are top quarterbacks getting around the country? Just recently, Arch Manning narrowed down his recruitment to Alabama and Texas. Is it going to be a bidding war? Is it all about money? I've seen rumors that Arch Manning could be getting anywhere from $6 to $7 million for his freshman campaign. How much is Hendon Hooker worth? How much is Nico paying attention? I've said it before, I'll say it again. James Clausen said right here on this channel that they have to lay the groundwork, and when a guy like Nico or future quarterbacks see what Hendon Hooker is making, the proof is then in the pudding. You go to Tennessee, you're going to get a big-time NIL deal. Again, Jason Swain calling it a top 10 NIL program in the country. The article here goes on to say, not only does this mean that Hooker is likely making over $1 million to stay another year at Tennessee, it means that Spire is willing to increase their NIL deals for VAWL quarterbacks to equal what a quarterback could make elsewhere. Let's say Alabama or Texas A&M. That was the big question you guys wanted to know. You guys put James Clausen on blast. You asked him, can Tennessee compete with the Texases, the Texas A&M, the Texas oil money? Absolutely, 100% they can. Some of you guys don't believe. This NIL deal at Tennessee is for real. We're seeing it right here in this article. Starting quarterback making $1 million. We're seeing it. The proof is there. We've seen Justin Williams get a deal. We've seen James Pierce get a deal. We've seen basketball players, baseball players. It's all across sports. Tennessee is on the ball. I truly believe that. We're going to have to see how it plays out over the coming months. If Tennessee strikes out in the transfer portal, then I will start to maybe be a little negative. I will start to maybe sound a little bit like some of you guys and start to doubt that Tennessee is going to be able to get it done when it comes to NIL. Article finishes up here. It says, I know a lot of folks aren't comfortable with this, even though it's been happening in the shadows for a long time. I get it. It's a new frontier for us all, but this is the new world of college football recruiting, and it's clear that Tennessee, via Spire, is committed to spending whatever it takes to land the top recruits in the country. Again, article from A to Z Sports written by Zach Reagan. When is enough enough? I've seen people saying that Spire Sports Group plans to try to raise $20 to $25 million per year on college athletes. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Are you going to the Spire Sports Group website? Are you joining the club? Are you donating money? Because this is our opportunity as fans. We talk about wanting to get involved. This is how we get involved. You want to buy a national championship? We can potentially buy a national championship. But when do regulations come? When does a salary cap come? When does this go from being the Wild West to being restricted with rules and regulations, and then we go back to cheating and doing it behind the scenes? Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts on Tennessee spending $1 million on Hendon Hooker. What do you think about NIL moving forward? Tennessee going to get it done as we move through spring practice? And is the transfer portal going to pick up? If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' Balls Network. Go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' Balls. Any and all support greatly appreciated. Again, that's bonfire.com/store/Talkin' Balls. Once again, going to encourage you to go back, check out the highlight video I dropped today. Just 4 to 5 minutes of season highlights. Think you guys will enjoy it. But that's going to do it for this one. Appreciate the support. Don't forget to tune in tonight, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time, for Talkin' VAWLS Live Watch Party with the Indy Kid and Dauber. That's going to do it. Also, Sunday, immediately following the baseball game, we kick off baseball coverage. So join us for that. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow. I've been confused all day, guys. Confused all day. Thursday night, 6:15 p.m. Eastern Time. NCAA 2013 Dynasty rolls on. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.